This is Father Bob Warren of the Franciscan Friars of the Atonement. Thank you for listening to this rebroadcast of the Ave Maria Hour radio show. The Friars' popular Ave Maria Hour was first brought to the radio airwaves in 1939, recorded in New York City and on the mountainside grounds at Grimoire, a home in Garrison, New York. These timeless classic stories of the Bible and the lives of the saints came to life each week through dramatic reenactment by professional actors and actresses. You know, friends, Christ once said, "Do not hide your treasure under a bushel." In saying this, he meant share your gifts, share your talents. The Friars of the Atonement feel the message in these broadcasts remains as powerful and timely as when they were originally aired, and we are so happy to be able to share them with you today. To learn more about the missions and ministries of the Friars of the Atonement, I invite you to visit our website, www.atonementfriars.org. In the meantime, sit back and enjoy this rebroadcast of the Ave Maria Hour.
Saint Mary of Egypt.
In all the history of mankind, one bright thread has run through the gray and tangled web of human life. It is a touch of the spiritual world beyond this material world, a revelation of love surpassing human love, wisdom and strength surpassing those of men. In almost every age and every land, there have been noble souls who have sensed its presence, who knew God and loved him, and preferred to live for him rather to live for themselves and the world. Such were the saints, not superhuman creatures existing only to pray and sing hymns, but men and women very like ourselves. They knew temptation, failure, heartache, loneliness, and sometimes fear. Many of them knew poverty and the world's scorn. Their story constitutes the story of man's age-long search for God and of God's infinitely patient wooing of the heart of man. It is the greatest of all romances, the noblest of all tales of adventure. 10 years ago, we began our dramas with this story of Saint Mary of Egypt, whose life knew the two extremes of great sin and such heroic penance as lifted her soul at last to the very abode of the blessed, and her name to a place among the greatest of the Lord's saints. Our story begins in a marketplace in the 4th century in Egypt.
Well, what have you got to sell?
This way, for dance of the cobra, ladies and gentlemen, who will pay to see the dance of the deadly cobra? For one small coin, ladies and gentlemen, I will set these deadly reptiles to dancing. The hooded cobra you'll see here. No, don't crowd, ladies and gentlemen. Let the little lady see.
Oh, thank you, sir.
The hooded cobras. You see, here are the deadliest reptiles in the world. But in my hands, they are as gentle as the cooing dove. Would you like to see the hooded cobras dance?
Oh, yes. Only I have no coin.
Then move out of the way.
Hey, wait a minute.
Sailor, perhaps you desire to see my pet sway to the music?
Bring him alive, mister. Let's see him dance. Here's your coin. Well, what do you think of him? You, I mean.
You mean me?
Who else I'd be talking to? You said you wanted to see him dance, didn't you?
Oh, they're wonderful.
Good enough. I've seen livelier ones in Alexandria.
But you aren't even looking at them.
I'd rather look at you. How old are you?
I'm almost 14. Did you really pay the man to make them dance just for me?
Oh, it's one small coin when it buys a smile from such rosy lips. I've plenty of money to be generous with after a 3-month voyage. If you don't believe it, look here. Plenty to buy some girl a pretty dress in the bazaar, eh? Shall it be you?
But why should you buy me anything? You don't even know me.
That has been my bad luck, which the gods have now decided to change.
Mary! Mary! Why are you talking here? You should be at home helping your mother with the supper. And haven't I told you not to talk to strangers in the streets? Now get along home with you now.
Yes, Father.
And tell your mother I'll be along soon. Oh, the children nowadays are...
Hey, who's that old man?
My father. Oh, I'll have to go.
Strict old body, eh?
And I do so want to see the cobras dance again. Business is all my father thinks of, and church, he'd have me there on my knees or at home working.
You haven't even answered my question yet. Wait a minute. He's turned the corner.
He's going up to the church to pray, I suppose. He always stops there on his way home from business. Church, oh, I must hurry.
I'm still waiting for the answer to my question.
What question?
What's your name? That's as good a question as any.
Mary.
Ah, a pretty name and a pretty girl to wear it. Hey, you're too pretty a girl to be carrying home the markets like a common slave. Yes, you're very pretty. Why, you're even too pretty to be ordered hither and yon by your old man with nothing in his head but the family dinner and prayers. Let's see. Your name is Mary, and I take it you're a Christian. Tell me, Mary, how'd you like to go to Alexandria?
Alexandria?
There are more interesting things there than dancing cobras. Sure, why not? Maybe even Rome and the Isles of Greece. I've been about, I have. I know plenty of places to show a girl.
Mary!
I must go.
Where? After that old pest? Alexandria, Rome, Greece. Or back to the family supper and that cross old man. Well, probably he'll beat you for talking to a lonesome fellow that tried to show you a kindness.
My father is a good man, but he's very strict. Oh, I'm sick of being a girl. I've always wanted to be a boy, so I could travel and see the world.
Here I am offering to show you the world. Why not come with me?
Would you be kinder than my father?
You'd be surprised how kind I can be. Oh, come on. They'll never be able to find you and bring you back.
Mary!
Oh, I don't know why, but I feel sure I shouldn't.
You don't know what? Well, if you don't know why you shouldn't, then... Well, why stop to think about it at all? Come on now. We can get outside the city by sundown.
But my father...
Of course, if you don't want to, there are plenty of other girls who would like to go to Alexandria and buy all they wanted of pretty things. If you want to stay here, that's for you to say. I don't keep on begging forever. I was just doing you a favor. And there are lots of girls in Egypt, too. Bye.
Oh, wait, just a minute.
What? I thought you were on your way home.
No, I want to go with you.
In Alexandria, Mary learned, among other things, the value of a young man's casually spoken promises. 17 years passed, and on a day when a great ship with unfurled sails tugged at its anchor in the harbor, she walked there, richly dressed in silks and adorned with gleaming jewels. And as she walked, she met a man.
Good afternoon, Captain.
Oh, I'm not the captain, madam. I'm only the second mate. If you wish to see the captain...
But I said good afternoon, Captain. Must you call a woman a liar? Whatever your rank is, you can tell me where this crowd of people is bound to.
Oh, they go to Jerusalem, lady, to celebrate one of the Christian feasts in connection with the finding of the cross.
Oh, they go to Jerusalem to celebrate the finding of the cross. I've never been to Jerusalem. Well, why shouldn't I? All Egypt is hot and dusty, and I'm weary of it. Fortunately, I've got plenty of money with me. Could you arrange a passage for me, Captain?
Oh, the ship is almost ready to sail, madam. I do not know.
But surely you could try.
Well, I will see what I can do, madam. Your name?
Mary. Mary of Alexandria.
Mary of Alexandria?
Well, now, come. You're not looking at the devil himself. When you return from the voyage, you'll tell your mother or your wife that you arranged passage for Mary of Alexandria, the most famous of all women in Egypt, whose very name turned you and caused you to turn pale with fright. They'll be interested. And so will the bazaars and the drinking shops when they hear Mary went on a pilgrimage to Jerusalem. I never hear the last of that one for my friends. Oh, and the pilgrims, once they hear of it, they'll probably choke with rage, especially the women. Well, they can't very well throw me overboard once we are at sea, huh? Well, may I come on board?
But you are beautiful. You have beautiful eyes.
I am to have my passage then?
I think there is room for another passenger. I'm quite sure.
Well, then, show me to my quarters before anyone sees you looking so moonstruck. I shan't eat you.
In Jerusalem, while the pilgrims celebrated the feast of exaltation of the Holy Cross, Mary sought to forget her boredom in the only way of life she knew. Then one day, when she passed the open door of a church, she heard music that brought back memories of her childhood.
Oh, hello, stranger. What's going on in that church?
The pilgrims are at prayer here, madam. If you want to attend the service, you'd better hurry. I think it's almost over.
If I Well, why shouldn't I? That'll give a nice story to tell when I get home. Oh, stranger.
Yes.
Oh, stranger.
Oh, what is it?
I can't seem to move. Lend me your arm a moment.
Oh, a spell of faintness, perhaps. Oh. Do you feel any better?
I'm all right, I think. For a moment it seemed as if a hand held me from approaching the church door.
Oh, no.
Now, just to prove to myself that I can, I'll walk up the steps. Oh, I can't. I can't walk to that door. My God. Am I paralyzed? Stranger, wait! He's gone. Oh, I'm so frightened. I will move. I'll go up those steps. It's only a few steps, and the door's open, and I can see the high altar and a picture of Mary, the mother, with her child on her arm. There is no reason to be afraid. I will walk to that door. I can't. Won't someone come and help me, please? I can't move. Is that what the priest in Alexandria meant when he said God would punish me for my sins? Or will I have to be carried away from here like a helpless log of wood?
I will help you, Mary.
Who spoke to me?
I am Mary, Mother of Christ and of all mankind. Pray, Mary.
Pray? Our Father that Oh, I've forgotten. I can't remember how it went. Oh, perhaps I'm dying, and I've forgotten how to pray. Oh, I still can see your picture, Mary. Oh, Mary, you held the child Jesus to your heart, and you loved him. You cared for him, and you too were a woman. You were sinless, and I am a great sinner. But they call you the refuge of all sinners. Help me. Speak to your son for me. Ask him to let me move again.
Would you enter the church now, my child?
Oh, I can move again. I thank you, dear Mother Mary. Now, whatever you ask me, I will do.
So Mary of Egypt, the penitent, obeying the inner voice, went into the desert across the river Jordan. The days were long and bright over the dry, hot sand. The nights were chill and terrifying, with only the cry of the jackals and the roaring of the lions to break the unending silence. She found shelter in a rocky cave, and often at night, as she knelt in prayer, memories of her old life seemed to take shape from the desert sound. And for a time, her courage failed her.
So you thought I'd stay with you, did you? Thought I'd taken you on for keep? Thought your tears and reproaches would hold me. But had it been me, you'd run off with it to the next pasture. There's only two kinds of women. You're the wrong kind.
God, the old-hearted.
That's Mary, the scarlet woman of Alexandria. She has no heart. She has no shame. Shame.
Burning shame.
Remember what the Bible says. The wages of sin is death. For I, thy God, am a jealous God.
I have repented. I have confessed. I have received the very body and blood of my Lord.
How can Mary of Egypt repent? How dare she so much as speak of the Lord?
Mary of Egypt repented.
For 17 years have I been in the desert. I've eaten only such scant food as I could find. I've wept, prayed. I thought I'd die with the heat and the cold, and lose my mind with loneliness. And all this I've done. I suffered gladly for love of him who died on the cross, and an atonement for my wicked past. Even the little lion cub I found and nursed to health, he has learned to love me. The wild things do not fear me or harm me. I think they even pity me. Oh, my God, canst thou not pity me?
Pity you, Mary. Pity a sinful, useless woman, alone with our memories.
Oh, Lord, have mercy on me.
You were deluded that day, Mr. Vernon. You're mad that day. You were a fool that day.
No, I cannot bear it any longer. I shall go back. There must be someone in Alexandria who will help me. There must be some place for me in the world of human beings. I will go.
Would you yield now, Mary, when your battle is so nearly won?
Is it her voice? Or is it only another illusion that taunts me? Mary, sinless helper of sinners, if it was you who spoke to me, please speak again.
It is I, my child. Be at peace.
The mocking voices have passed, have been stilled, and my heart is filled with new strength and courage. I'll stay, Mother Mary. I'll be faithful to the end. Father in heaven, Forgive my weakness and my doubt. Forgive me if you will. Destroy me if you will. All you do will be just and right. You send me some further sign of your forgiveness and your love, I shall rejoice. But if I must go on to the end in sorrow and loneliness and uncertainty, that too shall be as you will. Forgive me if I sleep now. My body can kneel no longer. But I thank you that my soul knows peace.
The years pass slowly across the timeless desert. Summer heat succeeds winter cold, and winter cold summer heat. 57 slow, silent years have passed since Mary came to the desert to atone for her sins. 57 years while God taught her soul patience and wisdom. The clothing she had worn when she fled from the world fell into shreds. Her beautiful hair grayed. Her eyes grew dim with age and the glare of the desert sun. But her heart learned patience and charity. Then to the aged hermit Zosimus there came a vision which bade him go forth into the desert, where he should meet one high in the favor of God. The old man obeyed the vision, but as he went, he wondered.
This is a strange, strange thing. This call to go where no form but my own casts a shadow on the sands. Whom shall I meet, or what? Oh, well, God's plans are not always clear to us at first. We can go on in the faith that we shall understand them in time. Was something moving behind that rock? Is anyone there?
I'm here, Father Zosimus. A woman who cannot meet you unless you will loan her your cloak as a mantle.
You are welcome to the cloak, my daughter. No, there, I've tossed it across the rock. How know you my name?
Our Lord has promised me that you would come, Father. But before I come forth from this rock, tell me, when you hear my name, will you flee from me as one who is polluted?
Come forth, my daughter. I care not for your name. I am an old man who has long studied to know the Lord's will. I have long since learned the danger of passing judgment on another.
Then I will come. Here I kneel at your feet, Father, begging you to give me your blessing and to promise me that when you pass again this way, you will bring to me the body and blood of our Lord in Holy Communion, for I've been told that my long way is almost ended, the long score almost past. Soon I shall be freed from this burden of flesh.
I know not your name, but it was foretold me I should meet one high in God's favor, and I have been led here to you. Let me kneel before you, great friend of my Lord.
No, don't kneel before me, Father. It is true, I have learned to love God greatly, but I've also in times gone by greatly offended him. Only give me your blessing, and I beg you, bring me once more the sacramental presence of my Lord before I go forth to stand for judgment in the presence of his heavenly majesty.
So Zosimus did as he had been requested and brought the blessed sacrament from his monastery. He returned to his nameless penitents, knelt on the desert sands to receive absolution and the body and the blood of her Lord. Then Mary bade him return again after a year, and Zosimus went his way. After the year elapsed, he returned, but saw no sign of movement near the spot where she had dwelt. And when he searched for her,
surely one so frail and feeble cannot have gone far. Perhaps she is even now lying here ill and in need of care. What is this? Prints in the sand? And where is a form wrapped in a cloak at the foot of this rock? Are you ill, friend of God? It is as I thought. Her soul has left the aged and worn body. But the body lies as if in sleep, unharmed by wild beasts, and there is a smile upon a placid face. What is this? Letters traced in sand above the head. M-A-R-Y. Mary. Mary of Egypt. Yes. Even now I can see traces of the great beauty that was famed throughout the land in my childhood. Mary, great sinner, great penitent, and honored friend of the Lord on high.
The old man then knelt beside the body of the penitent, for he felt that nearness of the spiritual world that fills all holy places as the fragrance of incense fills a church. This he knew was holy ground. God had given him here the honor of speaking face to face with one who earned a place among the glorious company of his saints.